Welcome to the 7th lesson in the Google Ads tutorial series. In this video, we're going to cover how to report on your campaigns and how to start optimizing your results. Once your campaign is up and running, it's important to understand how it's performing. By reviewing your data, you can start to make informed decisions to improve your results. If you've missed any of the earlier lessons in this series, I've included links in the description below this video. Okay, let's head to Google Ads. We're going to start by looking at some of the key metrics you'll want to review regularly. I've already opened my demo account and we're looking at the overview. At the top, we can see some metrics. We can see clicks, impressions, average cost per click, and cost. These metrics are for all of the campaigns in our account. If you're running multiple campaigns, then you can narrow this down by selecting Campaigns and then Campaigns. At the top, we can see some of the metrics repeated, and we can also see conversion value and conversions. And in the table, we can see all of our active campaigns along with metrics broken down for each campaign. Let's walk through some of the most important metrics. First is clicks. This is the number of times people have clicked on your ad. Clicks tell you how many people were interested enough in your ad to visit your website. Next is impressions. This tells you how many times your ads have been shown to people as they've been searching on Google. If your impressions are low, it could mean your budget is limited, your bids are too low, or your keywords aren't being searched for very often. Then there is CTR, which stands for click-through rate. CTR is calculated by dividing the number of clicks by the number of impressions. For example, if your ad was shown 100 times and received 5 clicks, your click-through rate would be 5%. A higher CTR generally means your ads are relevant and engaging to the people who are seeing them. Next is cost. This is the total amount you've spent on your ads over the time period you're looking at. We can also see columns for conversions. If you don't see these columns in your account, you can click Columns, then Modify Columns. And you can then enable the metrics you want to include. And even if you don't have conversion data yet, it's worth understanding where to find it. Once you've set up conversion tracking, you'll be able to see the number of conversions your campaigns are generating. This is where your data really starts to get useful, because you can see exactly which keywords and ads are driving results for your business. The conversions column shows you the number of times people complete a goal after clicking your ad. This could be a purchase, a form submission, or any other conversion you've configured in your account. Next is cost per conversion. This tells you, on average, how much you're spending to generate each conversion. So if you spent $100 and generated 10 conversions, your cost per conversion would be $10. The lower your cost per conversion, the more efficiently your campaign is performing. And then there is conversion rate. This is the percentage of clicks that result in a conversion. So if your ad received 100 clicks and 10 of those led to a conversion, your conversion rate would be 10%. A higher conversion rate means more of the people clicking your ads are following through and completing the goal. We talked about conversion tracking in a previous video in this series. If you haven't set up conversions yet, I've included a link in the description. Okay, now let's talk about optimization. Once you have data coming through from your campaign, you can use it to start improving your results. Let's navigate to Audiences, Keywords and Content and select Keywords. A good starting point is to look at your keywords. The goal here is to understand which keywords are contributing to clicks, engagement, and conversions, and which ones aren't providing results. If a keyword has a low CTR, it's worth reviewing the ad copy associated with it. Ask yourself, is the ad relevant to what someone searching for this keyword would expect to see. If not, it might be time to rewrite that ad. On the other hand, if a keyword has received a significant number of impressions, but very few clicks and very little engagement over a reasonable period of time, it's worth considering whether to pause or remove it. Pausing a keyword means it stops showing your ads, but you can always re-enable it later. Removing it is more permanent. In either case, if a keyword is consistently draining your budget without delivering results, it makes sense to take action. Another way to optimize your search campaigns is to review the actual search queries that are triggering your ads. To do this, let's select Insights and Reports, and then Search Terms. This shows you the actual words and phrases people typed into Google before clicking your ad. You might find that some of these search terms are closely related to your keywords and are a great fit for your campaign, but you might also find some that aren't relevant. If you find search terms that aren't a good match for your offer, you can add them as negative keywords to prevent your ads from showing for those searches in the future. Okay, now let's talk about your ads. To review the performance of individual ads, let's select Ads under Campaigns. If you have multiple ads in an ad group, you can compare them to see which one is performing better. You might find that one ad has a significantly higher CTR than another. In that case, you can use the better performing ad as a reference and experiment with a new version to try and improve it. And this brings me to another tip, which is landing page testing. Once your ads are generating clicks, it's worth thinking about whether your landing page is optimized. If your CTR is strong but you're not seeing the results you expected on your website, the issue might be with the landing page rather than the ad. Testing different versions of your landing page is a great way to improve your overall results. To learn even more about Google Ads, I recommend checking out my Google Ads Fundamentals course. The course goes deeper into all of these topics, including reporting, optimization, and more. I've included a link to the course in the description below this video. I also want to mention that we've covered a lot in this series. I hope it's given you a solid foundation to get started with Google Ads. The most important thing now is to take action. Set up your campaign, monitor your results, and start to optimize your campaign and ads. If you found this video helpful, please like it so I know to make more videos like this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.